In the spring of 2024, astronomers noticed unusual changes on the sun. Huge sunspots began to appear with surprising frequency, and their size and activity far exceeded all previous observations. Scientists were alarmed. Such phenomena could indicate upcoming solar activity that could affect the Earth. In 2024, astronomers worldwide turned their attention to the sun with a growing sense of concern and fascination. The previously calm solar surface began to exhibit unprecedented activity in the form of large and conspicuous sunspots. These sunspots, massive regions of intense magnetic activity, appeared prominently on the solar disk, their dark cores visible even through specialized protective filters used by solar observatories. These developments sparked immediate alarm within the scientific community. Sunspots are often harbingers of solar storms, which can unleash powerful bursts of radiation and charged particles into space. Such solar storms, if directed towards Earth, have the potential to disrupt satellite operations, interfere with communication and navigation systems, and even pose risks to astronauts in space. Astronomers, equipped with advanced solar telescopes and monitoring systems, closely tracked the evolution of these sunspots. They observed as the solar activity intensified, occasionally accompanied by solar flares and coronal mass ejections. Colossal eruptions of plasma and magnetic fields from the sun's atmosphere into space. The warnings issued by astronomers were not just cautionary. They were a call to prepare for potential impacts on Earth's technology-dependent infrastructure. Governments and space agencies around the world began assessing their readiness and contingency plans in case of a major solar event. As the sunspots continued to grow and exhibit heightened activity, scientists anxiously monitored their developments, knowing that the sun's behavior could dictate significant consequences for life on Earth. The stage was set for a tense period of vigilance and preparation as humanity braced for the potential impact of these solar disturbances. At first, the changes were unnoticeable to ordinary people. Electronic systems, such as satellite navigation systems and communication networks, began to experience temporary glitches. Geomagnetic disturbances caused instability in satellite operations and reduced GPS accuracy. Astronomical observations showed that solar flares and coronal emissions were becoming more frequent. Soon, people began to see unusual bright lights in the sky, especially at northern and southern latitudes. The dazzling northern lights and southern lights began to penetrate even to lower latitudes. The celestial phenomena became more and more intense and frequent. A few weeks after the first warnings came a series of catastrophic events. A huge solar storm of unprecedented power struck the Earth. Electromagnetic pulses accompanied by radiation penetrated the atmosphere, causing massive fires and destruction. Spacecraft and satellites were immediately damaged or destroyed. Large-scale power and communications blackouts occurred on Earth. Humanity found itself on the brink of extinction. Without power and communications, people were unable to organize rescue and relief. However, some nations and organizations, knowing in advance of the possible threat of solar storms, took rescue measures. Evacuation plans developed earlier for other planets, Mars and the Moon, were immediately activated. Those who managed to evacuate to the Moon and Mars became a new model of humanity. infrastructure and ensure the continuation of the human race in the new environment. On Earth, despite widespread destruction and loss, the survivors were eventually able to organize new communities and re-establish basic forms of communication and life support. This was a new phase for humanity, where survivors on Earth and colonists on other planets had to find ways to cooperate and collaborate for a common future. The solar catastrophe of 2024 left a deep mark on human history. Despite the loss and destruction, it was also the test that showed man his strength and ability to survive. New settlements on the Moon and Mars opened new horizons and opportunities for humanity to explore space and secure the future. On Earth, the survivors were able to rebuild the basic structures of society, enriched by the lessons of past mistakes. The solar storm was not only a symbol of threat, but also a new beginning for humanity, which, facing such a challenge, was able to find the means for its continuation and development.